Good morning and welcome to Health Professional Radio. I'm your host, Neil Howard. Glad that you could join us once again. Going to have a conversation with Dr. Bill Dalton. Now, Dr. Dalton's co-founder and executive chair of the board at M2Gen, and he's going to talk with us about precision oncology medicine. Welcome to the program, Dr. Dalton. Thank you for taking the time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Now, other than founder and co-executive chair there at M2Gen, what is a brief background? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a physician scientist and I've been interested in cancer for over 30 years. And I basically pursued efforts to enhance learning.
In this effort to enhance learning, M2Gen, is it totally involved in cancer research, or are there other related research that you're involved in there?
Yes, thank you. So M2Gen is a subsidiary company of the Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, Florida. And it was created to form a dedicated workforce to pursue precision medicine and cancer.
Now, I understand that there's a very important collaboration going on with several cancer centers. Talk about this collaboration and the type of research and therapies that are being looked at there.
Okay, thank you. Yes, ORIEN has been formed, which stands for Oncology Research Information Exchange Network. And the idea is, what if all cancer centers were to pursue a protocol to follow patients throughout their lifetime and have those patients consent to the process so they know they're being followed, and allow their data to be shared amongst all the cancer centers that are enrolling patients into this protocol. The idea of sharing is to promote collaborative learning. And I think most cancer centers recognize that today, in order to actually pursue the concept of precision medicine, in this case cancer, we must coordinate and collaborate to enhance the learning.
When we as consumers hear about cancer in all its different forms, maybe I'm speaking for more people than I should, but hasn't this sharing of information, this collaboration been going on? I mean, we're talking about cancer. It's been killing us for many, many, many years. And there's so much talk about the research, the fundraising, the awareness of different types of cancers. I was under the impression that we were sharing information all along.
Well, I think that's true. Cancer centers do pursue collaborations, but they tend to be very focused and episodic. With the intervention or the development of new approaches to understand patients both genetically as well as clinically, we've recognized that this is going to require a huge volume of patients that will participate and allow us to do so. And so what this effort is a coordinated approach to understand each patient and who they are and what they share, what elements they share, so that we can learn from them. And ultimately, by studying this large population of patients who've donated their data, be able to actually anticipate their needs. Today, medicine is based on reaction. We react to a presentation of a single patient. What if by following patients throughout their lifetime, we can say, I'm seeing this one patient, but there's this population of patients that look just like them. And here's what's working for them, and here's what's not working for them. What if we could all share that and learn from that and benefit the patient ultimately?
Now, you talked about this consent of the patients to consent to being followed, giving certain data. What types of data are asked for? Are we talking just their cancer material, just their tissue as it relates to cancer? Or are we talking about some of the other data that goes along with a person's everyday life, even though they're dealing with cancer?
Oh, excellent question. And that is, the more comprehensive we are in our questions and the data collected, the more we learn. So the protocol is called the Total Cancer Care Protocol. We use the word total to try to embrace, if you will, the holistic aspect of what patients are going through having been diagnosed with cancer. So the protocol is now in its 14th year, and you have 19 cancer centers throughout the United States using the same protocol, same consent, and agreeing to share. And so once again, patients are the ultimate participant in this effort with their permission.
So what are some of these national cancer centers that M2Gen is collaborating with?
Well, the alliance, if you will, ORIEN, was formed by the Moffitt Cancer Center and Ohio State University in 2014. And these two centers basically laid the groundwork to engage other centers in sharing data. And I'm pleased to say we have now 19 and growing numbers of cancer centers that have joined this effort.
Now, this is a national network. Are there plans to expand worldwide and bring other countries who are dealing with cancer just as we are into this collaborative fold?
Yes, we're having preliminary discussions. This sort of concept being pursued in Europe as well as Canada and other nations. So, but that is another whole new level of complexity that needs to be dealt with. So, focusing right now on the United States.
Well, when it comes to research studies, drug development, testing, the process can take years. Is this collaboration going to speed up that process as the learning is enhanced?
We hope so. That's the intent. This is going to require what we call a collective impact. Collective in the sense that there are multiple stakeholders, with patients being front and center, but there are also cancer centers and the researchers there. There are pharmaceutical companies that can use this data, and the patients know that it will be studied by pharmaceutical companies in collaboration with researchers and the patients themselves, so that we can ultimately learn. But no one stakeholder can build what is necessary to develop this data system so that we can learn. So it involves multiple stakeholders, again, including patients, pharmaceutical companies, researchers, and regulators, and payers and providers, all of which need this sort of information to determine what is best for the patient. Where's the data that shows you that this particular therapy is best for this individual? That takes what we call a collective impact.
When it comes to those who may not be participating in the ORIEN program, well, I'm going to use the term secrecy when it comes to research and discoveries from one center to another on this cancer or that cancer. There are profits to be made from specializing and keeping some of those techniques for yourself.
So the point of secrecy is an important point that needs to be addressed. The Alliance and all the members of ORIEN, which again is the Oncology Research Information Exchange Network, is that there will be sharing and transparency. Now, we need, part of the goal of ORIEN and this collaboration is to validate discoveries made at individual centers and do it quickly, so that if it is valid, if discovery is valid, can it be developed and then delivered to the point of care, the physician and the patient. Now, we have built or created a patient advocacy group to inform us of what do patients want to know. And I'm very, this group is so valuable. It would be important, it is important to understand what the patient desires. And we are forming a portal so that the patients can learn what we are discovering and how it may relate to their individual case.
Bill, where can our listeners go and get more information online about M2Gen?
So M2Gen is, again, a dedicated workforce to operationalize this network. And they can find and learn more about it at m2gen.com. They can also go to orioncancer.org, all lowercase. Again, in this case, ORIEN is ORIEN cancer.org.
Dr. Dalton, thank you so much for joining us here on Health Professional Radio.
Well, thank you for the opportunity and appreciate it.
You've been listening to Health Professional Radio. I'm your host, Neil Howard. Audio copies of this conversation are available at hpr.fm and healthprofessionalradio.com.au. You can also subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Listen in, download at SoundCloud, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com, Health Professional Radio.